Coming up after the break, we'll take a look at.
Pardon the interruption for a very important news update.
This is no holds barred. We go hard, we go harder. In the ring, on the mic, every shot is no holds barred. Feel the charge, feel the armor. Bobby Josh in your brain, turn it up, go farther, farther, farther. Theme hits loud, then the grips come off. Call out the card, call every payoff. Botches, legends, titles, and heat. Pay-per-view nights, run it back, repeat. They slam, we analyze. Move for move, every feud, every bruise, every demon move. This is no holds barred. We go hard, we go harder. In the ring, on the mic, every shot is no holds barred. Feel the charge, feel the armor. Bobby Josh in your brain, turn it up, go farther. Turn it up, go farther. Turn it up, go farther. No script, just true. Every jab breaks through. From the bell to the brawl. Name the show. We want it all. 1, 2, 3. This is no holds barred. We go hard, we go harder. In the ring, on the mic, every shot is no holds barred. Feel the charge, feel the armor. Bobby Josh in your brain, turn it up, go farther. Turn it up, go farther. Turn it up, go farther.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast Edition Clash in Italy Reaction post-show live Raw reaction on the No Holds Barred Wrestling channel and FTSN. I'm Bobby Melendez, joined always by my tag team partner, Josh Kimmel. And we've got a triple threat with Justin Toner of Ruckus Wrestling joining us. Justin,
Hey,
my
guys.
man, awesome to have you on. How you doing?
Thanks for having me. Appreciate the invite. Got a lot to talk about this. What happened on the show?
Yeah, this was an eventful PLE, no doubt. Starting off, obviously, with Gunther versus Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed Championship. We'll get right into that. Before we do that, Josh, it's been a day. We did not coordinate, but how are you, sir? Nice shirt.
Man, yeah, nice shirt. It's a funny story. Is like it's laundry day. I was telling Justin, like I was wearing like a cutoff shirt, like a Manscaped, like when they used to sponsor us back in the day, like a cutoff shirt. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna put some sleeves on because new channel, new viewers, whatever. But I don't have anything, so I'm just gonna open up this pack of Hanes, brand new, fresh from the pack. I'm like, oh, I guess Bobby's doing the same thing. Justin, the outsider. It's cool, Justin. It's cool. I mean, you didn't get the memo.
No, I also would be in white too.
What an interesting card, interesting matches. Slow at times, good at times, over rehearsed at times. Speaking to you, Jade and Rhea. But overall, it wasn't offensive. The show was not offensive, but it wasn't like a banger either. It was right in the middle.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, I enjoyed the show. I thought it was overall a good show. It had definitely had its highs and lows. It definitely felt like they definitely wanted to stretch little things. Like some of the matches kind of like slowed down a bit, especially like Jade Rhea and the main event, where like they were definitely taking their time to make sure they kind of like stretched out the time limit. But overall, I'm mostly happy with the results on the show. It was a good show. Not their best show. I think I enjoyed Backlash last month more than this one, but this was still good, at least from WWE standard. I actually enjoyed the AAA and the Double or Nothing last weekend where I enjoyed much more than this, but there was a lot more banger matches like on Double or Nothing because they had more matches on it. So it's like, that goes that way. But overall, I had a good time watching the show today.
Yeah, I think it was an enjoyable show. Again, I judge now to see if it's an enjoyable show. It's kind of, for WWE, they do first off, the crowd was amazing, right? The international shows are always great with the crowd. There's no doubt there. But for me, it's listening to the ones who aren't smartened up to behind the scenes and all this other the kids, right? When I hear them screaming and going crazy and they're reacting, or maybe when they're dead as a doornail, and then you kind of realize. So, but I'll tell you, my kids throughout this show were loving it. They were screaming, they were having a blast listening to it. Nice. But I did enjoy it. I thought it was good. There are some things that could have been different, and start off there with the Undisputed Championship match that started the show, and which was Cody Rhodes and Gunther, which to me was a good match. It was a very good match, and of course it would be, right, with Cody Rhodes and Gunther being the top of his game, and Cody. And as I was watching that match and I was seeing what Gunther was doing as he was doing, especially when he applied the finisher and the sleeper, and he's elbowing the hell out of Cody, and you're like, oh, are they really going to go this route? Are they going to go this direction? Which, when we discussed a little bit of it, Josh, I said should be the case. Gunther should be the champion. He's had this monster run. You do not make him lose. He's going to lose to Cody, who loses, and Cody does this Hogan hulking up thing. He's looking at the crowd, and he's, either way, it was a good match. Cody hits the crossroads. You see, I thought Gunther was going to put his foot on the rope. I kind of read it before it happened. Or I thought but his foot went under the rope. 1, 2, 3. Right away, he's protesting. He's not even affected by the crossroads. The referee's like, no, it's not. So it's a way to keep the belt on Cody. Maybe keep that storyline going, but keep the belt on Cody. But don't make Gunther look weak. Like, oh, I never really lost. That should not have been a pinfall. So, okay, good way to start the show. Two very good professional wrestlers. They start off the show with a good one. Did not like the finish. Again, I think Gunther should have gone over, especially with the way how the show had ended, which, again, was the right call. We'll get there. But the way it started should have been Gunther going over. Josh, I'll start with you, and then Justin, you follow right after Josh.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is the match that we all expected. Cody wins, yada, yada, yada. As soon as he hits the crossroads, listen, the WWE does, and I'm going to complain about this. Was this on ESPN too, this match?
The first hour was free on ESPN. Probably.
Yes. Okay. So once again, my very annoying structured WWE criticism is going to come out right now. We know when things are going to happen. When Cody has you at the hard cam, and he's looking at the hard cam, and they do that little zoom in, and he does the crossroads, and then the heel would lay perfectly in the middle of the ring for that hard cam 1, 2, 3. We know that's over. But when the pinfall is taking outside of that hard cam direction, that little X you guys have in the middle of the ring where pins have to happen, we know something's going to happen. So when it was 1, 2, 3, you're like, wait a minute, his leg must have been on the rope or whatever. We just didn't get the camera angle, because finishes don't happen like that, because that's not the WWE way. Can I complain about the first hour being on ESPN? So now we just know at 57 minutes before the top of the hour, match is going to be over, because guess what? That hour block on ESPN2 is over. So predictable. It's so freaking predictable. I'm watching this match on these matches, and I'm going, well, they're both going to go about 25 minutes because ESPN has to have them go that long. These are episodes on a television show at this point. That's what these matches are now. It feels like that. Besides the point, these guys had a great match. These guys were hitting hard. I enjoyed the match. I mean, all my criticisms of the structured, like how predictable it is, take that aside. The match was great for what it was. And I think the right person won. I think there's more stories to be told on SmackDown with Cody as champion. I think we get Sami Zayn. I would love to see that. I would love to see more heels get a shot at Cody before he drops it. Don't diss me.
I'll wait.
Don't diss me.
Go ahead,
Justin. No, I'm done. Yeah, go
ahead. So I'm with you, Bobby. I thought the match was good, but I hated the finish because that's the way it was done. It's a lame finish because now Gunther's gonna be all pissed. Be like, and Cody already said on the post show that he totally said that if Gunther wants a rematch, he'll give him one because of what happened. So that's like It's going to happen. We're probably going to get the rematch at Night of Champions, I would assume. But the way it was done, and plus then Gunther's like leg kind of lifted up during the pinfall as well instead of staying underneath the rope. That didn't look great either. So I was like, that was just a lame way. It's like to force another rematch because they didn't want to have Cody lose to Gunther yet. He should lose in the next match, I would hope. And it's like, you know, do something different. You know, take a little bit of a risk here, please. It's like, yeah.
Amen. I am so freaking sick of Cody Rhodes. Like, we need to see more of Cody Rhodes against a bunch of randos and win the match and pretend like, oh, I'm gonna lose. Crossroads. And
this is someone who loves Cody, but even I'm like,
I love Cody. Like, honestly, I do. But it's like, come on, dude. It's like, what are we doing here, man?
Right.
Like, Sami Zayn and Cody. I don't give a damn about Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes. I care about Sami Zayn against anybody, but not like I don't need to see a bunch of people facing Cody Rhodes just to know Cody's gonna win. Like,
hold on, let's rewind, step it back a little bit. What happened last WrestleMania? Cody Rhodes and John Cena, one of the worst main events in WrestleMania history. All right, now they go to SummerSlam, they remake it up for the fans. Now let's go back into present day. Cody Rhodes, right? We all know what happened at WrestleMania with the whole Pat Mac, all that nonsense that didn't need to be happening. We haven't seen Randy in a long time. They owe us a rematch. They owe us a good story. They owe us the story that we wanted. You wouldn't want that for SummerSlam? And then we're sitting over here on No Holds Barred Wrestling Channel going, now this is the Cody Randy Orton story that we wanted that TKO is not going to get involved with because it's not WrestleMania. So now we can actually get what we wanted. That's not what you want. You're not interested in that. You don't want to re-roll that.
No, the reason why that SummerSlam match was so great because John Cena turned it on. It wasn't Cody Rhodes. That's just a fact. And Randy, I love Randy Orton. Randy Orton's great, one of the greatest of all time, but Randy Orton is not John Cena in regards of getting the fans to be that way, you know, to get the fans engaged in that way and have those moments where he's coming up and he's holding Cody and he's, you know, that was a different feel. Now John Cena was free to be what he really was. The only reason why that WrestleMania sucked is because we expected Rock to be involved. We expected all these other people, and it ended up not happening, and it messed everything up of what probably could have been a great match if they had just the freedom to do whatever the hell they wanted. I'm not interested in Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. Seen it. Did not live up to the hype. Not interested to see it again. Fine with it. I'd rather see Gunther as the champion on top, dominating everybody, and then someone coming up from the bottom and taking him out. Whether that's Oba Femi or Braun Breaker or whomever. I am done. The WWE Championship under Cody's reign right now is now the B Championship. All this has shown me today was that Roman Reigns is QB1. It's not Cody Rhodes. Let's be real. Look at that crowd. Gunther had the audience behind him. The crowd was behind Gunther. It wasn't behind Cody. The crowd was for Gunther in that opening contest. You watch the ending, Roman, he shows you what a main event is. He makes it believable. You talk about rehearsed with Jade, and we're going to get in that match with Jade and Rhea Ripley. That's what this match felt like. It felt like they were a little bit rushed. It felt like it was, you know, let's try to get as much in as we can because and then they screw up the finish. And it's like, this is a typical Cody Rhodes match. Like, I can never go into a match and think someone else is actually going to win. Like, I don't believe in Cody Rhodes' matches anymore. It's like, oh, Cody's fighting. Okay, who's he going to beat today? He should not have beaten Gunther. And for sure, if they run it back, which they should, Gunther needs to go over. Cody, go do Street Fighter 2. Go do something else. Go do a bunch of podcasts. And then at the Rumble, come back and the fans are all excited. And God help us if you win Royal Rumble 3.
Oh, boy.
But I'm like, you know, I love Cody. People say, you're a Cody hater, I'm sure. I'm not. Big fan of Cody, the Rhodes, and everything else. But we need a break. It's too obvious now. It's too, if you're going to bitch and moan about Hulk Hogan through the years of Hulkamania, you can't say nothing about Cody Rhodes.
Meanwhile, Bobby, over for the past 3 months of us doing WrestleMania rewinds. Oh yeah, Hulk Hogan's on top, brother. Look at the crowd. Yeah, for 9 straight years.
But look at the crowd with Cody. The crowd don't care. That's it. And then after that, that's it. Hogan, at least, Hogan had, oh, the crowd still loves me. And then they, come on.
Right.
Come on. But Justin, you want to follow up with anything? I'm sorry, I don't want to jump in.
No. You've pretty much summed up how I feel too. It's like, I love Cody dearly, but this booking is like not the way to go. It's like it's like just hopefully Gunther will beat him because he's had Gunther's number. It's like the second time in a row he's beaten Gunther. It's like he beat him tonight, and then last time they fought was in on Crown Jewel 2 years ago, and he beat him then. So eventually Gunther's going to get the win back at this point. It's like, so hopefully soon. But it's like, gotta please book things a little better for the love of God. But one other positive, the fans in Italy were freaking awesome for the show. Like this crowd was hot for pretty much most of the show. Only a couple times we kind of like this match would slow down a little bit. They got a little quiet, but they were invested and loud. And it's like that made it helped make the show more fun to watch.
I'll tell you though, for sure, like, and just with the crowds, international crowds are above and beyond U.S. crowds. And I would hope that, the crowds in USA, wherever, they're going to Minneapolis, I hope those guys bring it, because that, even when the match is not great and, you can turn the sound off and judge a match if you really want to, but when the crowd is behind it, you as a viewer get into it because you hear the crowd. I mean, the main event, I mean, they were in, and it was a very good main event. Those guys killed it, but the crowd in their, in Italian saying this is awesome. Like, you're feeling that vibe. But we're a little ahead. Let's jump back here. Rhea Ripley taking on Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. Josh, you go ahead and start this one off. What did you think of this match?
We can sit here, or I can sit here and say I've seen every Jade Cargill match ever. I could probably say that. And I could also say she has not improved one bit. And that could also be true. But then I watch this match and go, well, that's not true because she clearly never did this in AEW. And even in her early days of WWE, she couldn't go this long. So good on her for remembering all of her cues. Yeah. But she doesn't look natural at all out there still. She still looks like she's remembering everything instead of actually doing everything. And I think that's where I get lost in her matches. Because I feel like, every time, Rhea always wants to take that DDT bump. That's one of her movesets is taking that DDT bump. Jade pulled it off pretty good, but man, they took a long way to get there. And I noticed that a lot about when Jade was performing moves. It's like, well, they did it. They pulled it off, but man, it took a long way for them to get there. Mm-hmm. And, at one point, are we going to stop with the Jade experiment when we have Julia and, Blake Monroe and all these other people out there? That's all I could think during this match, to be completely fair. But I was also looking at it going, well, good for her for doing. She pulled off the Blue Thunder Bomb. She pulled off, that reversal of Rhea doing the somersault. But again, she pulled it off, but it took a long time for them to set that up. And I don't know how long Jade can keep on doing this with all the rehearsals and thinking about what's next instead of just doing what's next. And that's why I wasn't really into. I was going, okay, what is Jade thinking right now? Because that's all I could think about was just looking at her face, and because she's looking at her eyes, looking at the referee, looking at the ground, looking at where she's at. And I can't focus on the match because of her. You ever watch just a play or like a TV show, and you're like, God, why is that person acting that way so strangely, and it just captures the scene, and you can't focus on anything else in the scene because of one little thing? I can't. Maybe it's just me. That's how I feel. Like when you watch AEW and you watch an Aubrey Edwards match, you cannot watch wrestling. You just watch the referee because she's a crazy person, right? Justin, you would attest to that.
Yeah. You
get locked into that and you get distracted. Mm-hmm. I get distracted by Jade's inability to put everything together and make it look natural. That's my assessment of this match. I have nothing else to say.
Justin, I'll let you roll out with this second
sure. part. Yeah, I've also been very critical myself on my show with Josh Mayberry about Jade over the years, not just in WWE, going back to when she was in AEW, and that it's like there's certain like power moves and certain things she does really well, but when it comes to other things, you can tell sometimes it's like she's trying to like okay, I got to do this, I got to do that. It's like there's still some times where it still comes off that way. But I will say, though, between these last two matches she's had with Rhea, I don't know if it's Rhea is just working with Rhea, or she's got like good chemistry with her, or just that Rhea's kind of like been able to help like bring the best out of her. These two matches that she's had with Rhea are the best matches she's had I've ever seen. The only other match that I felt was she had that was any good was when she lost the TBS title after her record reign to Chris Statlander in AEW. I still thought this was a really good match. I think I even liked it even more than their Mania match. It went a little longer. It did start a little slow, but then it got really enjoyable. And even though there were some botches, especially that horrible one by B-Fab trying to put the foot on the ropes, I don't know what the fuck happened there. It's like, I don't know if she, I don't know if it was Jade's foot was not in the right place or something, or she moved it when she shouldn't have, but that looked sloppy as hell. It's like the fans booed, I think, just as much as that, it's like the heels are cheating as just as much as that it was a botch. I think. But despite that, this actually turned out to be still a pretty good match for when you have a Jade Cargill involved. And I didn't mind the Charlotte involvement because now the Jade Charlotte stuff is going to kick into another gear because Charlotte made sure that Jade lost this match, and now Jade's going to want to fucking kill her. So if they've been teasing Jade Charlotte feud ever since Jade showed up. Her first night on WWE, her first person on the roster she ever interacted with was Charlotte Flair. It's like they teased these two going at it for a long time, and they've been teasing it on and off for a long time. And so looks like they're finally pulling the trigger to do it. And I'm happy that it is not for a title involved because neither one should be in the title picture right now, as far as I'm concerned. And I do have given compliments to Charlotte on her work this past year with the babyface run. Thanks to Alexa and that whole pairing, she's become really over with the fans as a babyface that she's never been before in her entire career. And I respect that. And she can tell that she's having fun. You can tell that Charlotte is really having fun because of her real life friendship with Alexa Bliss. And it's definitely had an effect on her, and that the fans have actually embraced her. And so solid, good match for Jade with Jade Cargill involved. Finish was a little sloppy, but Rhea winning was, of course, the right call. She just won the title. She shouldn't be losing anytime soon. So hopefully this means that now she can move on to a new opponent, and we get the Jade Charlotte feud.
So, yeah, I'm going to say again, this match, I saw what Josh was talking about early on. It felt like that early on, where you could tell she was just trying to remember where she's supposed to be at that very moment. Yeah. However, as the match went on, it felt like she got more comfortable. One thing I will say, I think you brought it up, Justin, the chemistry between these two. I did enjoy this match. I think Rhea is very good for Jade Cargill. Yeah. They're both strong, big, and Rhea's great. So Rhea could kind of, hey, here's your spot, do this. And as Jade gets more comfortable, it looks more natural. You know, we know her flaws. Josh, just you guys watched her in AEW, so you've seen, kind of the evolve.
We know her limitations.
Exactly. But when she's with someone like Rhea, it seems like those get masked. Like if you put her against someone small, the smart move to be is don't let her go on the defensive, let her be offensive, let her destroy the small people, and that protects her. If you put her against Io Sky and now she's trying to do a Hurricane on you're gonna see like, oh my God, if you put her against Rhea, it's power versus power, and then hey, look, we're gonna try this move now. People are gonna freak out because you don't do that. So I actually really did enjoy this match. B-Fab was the one where it's kind of like, oh geez, a little like, it's like your spot. You don't do anything else but this. Don't mess this up.
Right.
But it happens.
Yeah.
I really did enjoy this. These two obviously have great chemistry. I would not mind seeing them run it back down the line. This is great for Jade. You brought up great points, Josh. Like, hey, what about Julia? What about these other people? Like, you have these other girls who are really good. However, we watching these WrestleManias, but obviously it's we're in this time frame. Jade is that classic wrestler that you look at and you go, like Rhea, right? You look at Rhea, you look at Jade, and you're like, she has the look. She has she has the entrance. She has the vibe. She should be on the top. Like, she's the one that you would go like, oh, she's the poster child. Same thing with Rhea. You look at The same thing with Charlotte. Charlotte's a little skinnier than those, but like you look at them and you're like, that's what you want in a superstar, that type of super, you know. So they're obviously going to, that's Triple H's baby, quote unquote, with Jade. Obviously, he brought her over from AEW. He has high hopes for her. So he's going to kind of put her in these situations. I think, obviously, with Charlotte, like Justin just brought up, Charlotte getting involved, this is great for Jade Cargill. You're going from Rhea to Charlotte. And Charlotte, if she likes you, obviously, and obviously she's gotten so much better. You know, we got to get into it, Josh, watching the Rivals, Charlotte versus Becky. I've seen some clips of that, and I think that would be a good show to watch and probably come back and touch on. But Charlotte, obviously, is, I think if they have it plugged in right, I think Charlotte and Jade Cargill could have a killer match because Charlotte could coach her up in the ring and have a killer match. And I think that's great for Jade because that's only going to make her better. And as you've said, Josh, you know, you can say, oh, I've seen every match of Jade except for this one. You're like, okay, I could see where she was actually kind of thinking, where am I supposed to be? But at the same time, you could probably say it's like, this is probably maybe her best match she's had in her young career. Even though she's been around, she's still a very young career. So I'm going to give her credit. I think she looked really good. And to go against someone like Rhea Ripley and have that type of match, going toe-to-toe with someone like that, and then probably going from that to the greatest of all time, the GOAT, one of the GOATs of professional wrestling.
Coming back?
You know,
Wait, is she out of the AEW contract?
I think you should say that you get a reaction to that, Josh.
the GOAT. Woo! Charlotte Flair, to go from that to Charlotte Flair, Jade. Count your blessings. Praise God. You're going against the greatest of all time. Jade
one main evented one-on-one in the greatest women's match in WrestleMania history.
Yeah.
One had to cry and beg her way in the triple threat match. But it should have just been true. Becky and Ronda.
Don't be disrespectful. Don't be disrespectful.
One didn't deserve to be there. Just letting you know. Like
anyway,
we can all
Jade.
go. Right.
The other one had to cry because I'm a tag champion. I'm leaving. I'm going. I have 20 belts in high school. You know, it's like okay.
I've been critical of Charlotte sometimes, even though talent-wise, I think she's one of the best women's wrestlers ever. It's like her talent is not as undeniable. It's kind of like her attitude, like out of the ring, like stuff I have between her and Becky. It's like I've read Becky's autobiography and got like her perspective on the whole thing. When kind of things kind of started to go sour with their friendship because of you know they're competing to be on top. You know, it's like that's gonna be a problem. But when Charlotte is putting the work and she really enjoys working with someone, you get amazing matches. Like all her matches with Rhea, their whole history, especially their Mania 39 match is one of the best like women's Mania matches ever. It's like that's a fucking 5-star classic, the Rhea Charlotte match. And she's had some other really good matches with a lot of other people. So if anyone else can get like the best out of Jade that you possibly can, it would be Charlotte at this point.
Speaking of when someone likes somebody to work with, they'll make them look really good the next match. It opened the actual paper. But Femi, there was a moment in this match that will be on every single wrestling clip for a very long time. It was probably the most memorable moment of the night. It's when Obafemi was in the submission for a very long time, and then he picked up Brock. You saw Brock's face.
Good. Yeah, it was so good.
That's the most memorable part of this whole show. And it's gonna be, I'm telling you, that clip's gonna be shown for a long time.
Yes.
And Brock allowed that to happen, and that's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
I on Real Talk Wrestling, I predicted that Brock Lesnar was gonna win. We all did. Clutch and Elgin
Americana did this match to get.
And it went. If there had to be a winner, it went the way it should have went. And it was, I expected someone on here to maybe think I was going to complain about this match. No, this match was fun.
Yeah.
This match was like Super Smash Bros, Mortal Kombat. Like this was just like nonstop. So much fun. Like this was fast. You know, when Fast and Furious 1 came out, it was like they all had Honda Civics and Jettas, and it was kind of realistic. But you fast forward to Fast and Furious 10, they're all superheroes and jumping from planes. Like that. This is this.
This is like like a 2K game, and everyone saved up their finishers, and they're just spamming their finishers.
Yeah, and everyone's got rage, and everyone's got the resilience, and it was just a phenomenal 15 minutes or whatever, how long it was. And it was great. I had a good time. This
Let's see if I can
got
find
me
it.
ready for the rest of the show. And I don't know why they didn't put this on the ESPN portion of it, because this would have got people to actually probably buy. Actually, no, because this is the best thing on the card for sure. There's no doubt about it. I'm going too long on this, but man,
No,
I'm not even mad Brock won. Like, I thought I'd be upset, but the way he won, I was like, okay, all right, cool. Sure, let's run it back at SummerSlam, and that's it. And all you Gunther crybaby, should have been. No, Gunther looks weak. I told y'all on Real Talk. I've been telling you this for months now. Ever since Oba and Brock happened, this whole Gunther dream is over, brother. They're not calling him. They're not calling him the Legend Killer or whatever anymore. That doesn't come up anymore. That gimmick is over. Brock and Gunther will never touch. Oba's his last opponent. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait for the next one.
According to Wikipedia, the match went 6 minutes and 21 seconds for
There you go.
Brock Oba 2. So they went. They went a little bit longer than their Mania match. Wow, Jay Rhea went 16 minutes.
Yeah, it went forever.
Yeah, but
they don't need to go long. But go ahead, Justin.
Yeah, I'm with Josh. I knew Brock was going to win because this was the only thing that made sense. It was very obvious that the only reason they're doing this rematch is because they want to have a trilogy. And so if they're going to do a trilogy, Brock had to win this rematch. He had to get the win back. And if he was going to win, either it had to be he cheats like a motherfucker, which that's not Brock's style, or he has to like do a ridiculous amount of stuff to Oba to put him down, and that's exactly what happened. Which, even though he won, it makes Oba look strong that it took motherfucking 7 F5s. 7 F5s over the course of the match before Oba finally went down for the it's like, it was so entertaining. Like, the crowd just ate up. I loved Brock's facial expressions, like especially when he jumped him at the beginning, hit the 4 F5s in a row, and thought, okay, it's over. And then he kicks out, and Brock's like, what the fuck is this? And then also, like, he had another great, like, what the fuck look when he F5'd him through the announce desk and was trying to get the count out win, and Oba gets up and gets back in the ring. He's just standing there staring at him. He's just like, he's like, what the fuck do I gotta do to get this motherfucker down? It's like, that was some of the best like work I've ever seen Brock do. Is like his facial expressions of the match. It's just like, what do I gotta do to beat this motherfucker? It's like, why won't he stay down? And like the Kimura spot was great too, because we didn't see that before. And yeah, that face of like Brock, like Oba couldn't believe that Oba was powering out of the Kimura lock. This exactly was it should it be. I thought this was even better than their Mania match, and like I'm all for the rubber match now.
No, you're right on. We just talked about why Rhea and probably Charlotte is great for Jade. Not that was obviously in terms of ring, over Jade in that ring, but we just said why those two are great for Jade Cargill. Brock has been amazing for Oba Femi. Even in a defeat or a victory for Brock, Oba comes off looking great. We talked about this, Josh, on the NHB Extra, No Holds Barred Extra show, where we talked about Brock's return and how this was probably going to lead to a trilogy, and rightfully so. And it looks like that's going to be the case. Again, though, I did not hate this idea. I thought it was great. I thought Brock was going to go over. He did. But I thought I thought I knew what to expect, but I did not expect this. Like, Brock comes off looking very strong, about 100 at fives, right? 7 in the total in the match, but comes off to about it's like, wow, they're gonna basically Goldberg this, let's just win, and oh my gosh, he was too fast, No, he kicks out multiple times, and I hate false finishes, but this is when it's used right, because you're making this monster look strong. And Brock's facial expressions, this is what tells you about Brock Lesnar. Take outside the ring out of it. Talk about the superstar, the wrestler in the ring. One of the truly, we say this a lot, but this is true. One of the greatest of all time, not just in the ring, but expressions, because he's been built as this monster. He's been defeated so many times, but when you hear that music, you're like, oh, run. But when you have Brock, of all people, he has that Kimura lock. He does it, and Paul does Kimura lock, Kimura. So he hooks it, and you're like, oh, this could be it. Nobody's done it, but it wasn't like Brock was helping him either. You could tell when another guy's helping you get up. No, Oba is that strong. Oba gets one leg and Brock's face, and he's looking at Paul Heyman like, are you seeing this shit? You know, like, I was dying. I was like, this is amazing. And he does it again. And then the spot where he F5s Oba on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Brock gets in the ring. Brock's in the corner. You're like, no, you need to keep on him. You're like, okay, Oba's probably going to lay there. No, like Michael freaking Myers, like the Undertaker, gets up and is standing there, and Brock is looking at Paul Heyman like, help. Like, what is this? He gets in. He doesn't even move. He gets splashed into the corner. I'm like, holy crap, they're going to drop Brock again. And you can see where Brock kind of tells him, hey, get ready for the spot up powerbomb. He does this. Brock did a very cool, impressive move too. But Brock gets out of it, hooks it again, F5, victory. And, you know, Oba's in the ring. Brock tells him, 1 + 1, I got you. You know, I loved this match.
Yeah.
Like, it's 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Nothing else was needed. This is what I want to see when two tractor trailers collide.
Yeah.
I want to see a wreckage. I don't want to see spots. I want to see disaster. You know, I want to see, you know, a home run. What's that? The tractor, the trailer.
It's like in a boxing match where they're just like
George Foreman versus Evander Holyfield. Like,
every shot.
You know what boxing used to be, the big wheels. I'm forgetting what the hell they're called. Not the tractor trailers, Josh. You know, the freaking trucks that drive over cars. That's what I want to see. I want to see wreckage. I want to see that's what this was. So freaking awesome. Love this match. I'm with you guys. Stole the show. Did exactly what it needed to do.
Yeah.
And showed that not just Oba Femi, but Brock could still do it. And Oba is a freaking superstar. This is what they need. Don't put him against a bunch of nobodies. Like, you know, don't put him against Akato Terizawas and all this other crap. No. Put him against guys like Roman Reigns, Brock. Like, that's what Brock was. Brock could work against anybody, you know, and make it look good. But obviously, Josh, you said it. After that run with Brock, you don't just throw him against a bunch of open challenges. We already know he's a monster.
That open challenge stuff was so stupid. I'm glad that
it was stupid. No, now when he gets done with Brock, whether that is Brock's last run or not, when he gets done with Brock, put him against someone that matters, whoever that may be. You got to put him in an important story. Josh, what's the next one we're talking about? Go ahead.
Before we move on, I got one more point because it's important to understand. And I want everyone to understand that I like Oba Femi. I know that we have some haters in the chat, but you're building this guy up to be Brock. Who's the hater? DSG is the hater. I'll call him out. But the problem is, if what you're doing right now is you are building up Oba Femi as a monster that is either equal to or greater than Brock Lesnar. So he can no longer go 10-minute matches with anybody. He needs to squash everybody because that's what Brock Lesnar did. He squashed everybody unless you were Roman or, you know, one of the top guys. So how's Oba going to ever have a feud with anybody if he doesn't immediately squash them like Brock Lesnar did? That's the problem. That's the only issue I can see. But we all know this will cool down and he'll go into these matches because he can have them. But when did we see Brock wrestle ever anyone more than like 4 minutes? That's the problem we're going to get into. Because if we're going to have a feud with Oba versus LA Knight, do we really think LA Knight has a chance against Brock Lesnar ever? Probably not. But then why would he have a chance against Oba? You see where I'm getting at? You see where I'm getting at? There could be a little bit of problems there. But this was the peak of the night or the day or whatever you want, because the card just went from here. Because we get Becky and Sol Ruka. I know you guys probably love this match. I know. I am just upset with this match because this cost me my championship. If you're hearing this now live, I am not the champion of the No Holds Barred Wrestling Channel. El Grande Americano is going to be crowned the champion already because of this match, because he was the only person to pick Sol Ruka, and me and Clutch picked Becky. And I'm not going to say it was the wrong move, but I'll say it's the wrong move if we get Becky and Sol Ruka again. we need to get Becky away from this nonsense.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah.
Soul do her thing with the championship. Let Becky go be a mid champion or not. I was gonna say mid card. Let her go be in the main card again, the main event. So I'll let you guys go.
Also, real quick, going back, you knew this crowd was hot where they sang along to Brock Lesnar's music.
Oh yeah,
never heard that before. That made me go, holy cow! This crowd hot. They're singing Brock Lesnar's music. That's crazy. But I like this match. Definitely, thankfully, went longer and better than the Saturday Night's main event match. And there were some nice spots in this match that I liked. Like I liked how Becky dodged the first Soul Snatcher and then put her in an armbar. Soul did some nice moves, the top rope drop kick. And I also like the sequence where Becky tried to do her own version of Soul Snatcher, but Soul dodged it and then hit her with a manhandle slam just as an FU. I thought that was a nice spot. And I wasn't sure if they're going to pull the trigger, but I appreciate that Soul won clean. There was no Jessica Carr shenanigans. I mean, there was the one spot where she kind of shoved Jessica into the ropes and caused Soul Worker to get crushed on the top rope. I thought that was going to lead to something. I was like, oh no. But it's I've known that they've been high in Soul Worker for a long time. She's really talented. She's come a long way. I've always enjoyed her work from NXT, and you could tell you could tell they were hiring her because they put her on Saturday Night's main event for Cena's retirement show, and she beat Bayley. She was in the final 3 at the Royal Rumble. And she was in the Rumble for a long time. So it's they definitely are really believe that she's going to be one of the best stars on the roster going forward here. So it's it's like with Trick. They put it's like Trick is up, he's over, and they put the belt, the U.S. title in right away. It's and it totally makes sense. And this was so because the fans really like her, and the crowd was hot for this match. And she thankfully also hit the Soul Snatcher pretty well too. So I was worried. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna feel bad for her if she botches that again. But thankfully she didn't. So I'm just wondering what's gonna be next. There has to be some payoff with the Jessica Carr stuff because this has been building since last year. The issues between her and Jessica Carr. It's got to lead to them having a match. For people who don't know, Jessica Carr is actually a trained wrestler. Mm-hmm. She's just chosen to do work as a referee, but she can go in the ring. And in fact, she has done some dark matches down in NXT under a mask, so that people who didn't know it was her. So to just get some reps in. Because eventually I think they're going to have a Jessica Becky match. I would think at some point. I'm just wondering when they're going to finally pull that trigger. It's because it feels like it's been building that long enough for that to happen. But I also agree with Josh that it's time for Becky to move back into the world title picture. She's done a great job with the IC title this past year. She's helped put a lot of people over. She had great matches with Lyra Valkyria, except for the SummerSlam match. And if you watched Unreal, they were both really not happy about that match, especially Lyra Valkyria. Lyra Valkyria was completely distraught, had to be consoled by John Cena because she knew that that match was a disaster. But outside of that feud was great. She had great matches with AJ. The AJ feud was great. Becky's really done her best to help people put over. You can tell that that's one of her priorities is trying to help build the future and help put people over because she knows, she said, she goes, this is probably my last run. It's it's after this contract, I may not, wrestle anymore. So, and plus, her daughter's getting older. She's going to want to spend more time with her daughter. So, we're probably going to see Becky for who knows how much longer, so, she's at the point where her career, she's perfectly comfortable with helping get the next generation ready. She's always been about that. It's she cares about that kind of stuff. So I thought that I enjoyed the match, and I'm happy for Sol Ruka. So now the important question is which heels are they going to throw at Sol Ruka in the mid card to help her get over as champion? That's going to be the key thing.
That's a great point. That's when you talk about what's next. That's where I kind of go with her. What's next with Sol Ruka? Where are you going to go from there with her now as the champion? I was happy with it. I'm fine with it. I figured Sol was going to go over. It went that route. She has a great look. She is great. She's fun in the ring. I think she's obviously she's still raw. So working with Becky was good for her. anybody working with Becky. Becky, again, we talk about Brock, what Brock did for Obafemi, but what Becky's been doing for a lot of these younger stars just proves, and what she's been able to work with. She's worked with multiple different types. She is going to go down as one of the greatest of all time. I mean, she's that good. And but for Soul, I think what's crazy is she has not hit she's still going to get better. There's still so much that she could do once she learns that she's trending up. Once she learns, like I was watching that match, I saw Saturday Night Main Event match. I saw the gaffes here and there, and which it happens, especially with someone like that. She's a spot fest right now, and she's fun. But her offense is spots. And she could do it, which is amazing. She makes it look so easy. But once she realizes, I think less is more. When she knows how to tell a story in the ring by doing traditional wrestling and everything, and then putting those spots where they need to be at the right moments, she's going to be on a different level. I mean, she is a superstar potential where, again, I always talk about poster on the wall. Like, she's that one where you're like, she's one of the best because she already has those moves down pat. But once she learns like the traditional spots of it, like Jade can't do what Sol Roca does. Like, so she can't add that to her. But Sol could add Jade's offense to her stuff because she has the look. She's strong. We know that. It's believable. But once she adds that to her, she's gonna be the total package. So I know a lot of people like to hammer on this, botch. That's gonna happen. But once she figures out, like, hey, I don't have to always do all those extra stuff. I could do spot where the crowd goes crazy, but then I'm not tiring myself out where my finisher, which should be the one that you protect the most, you don't screw that up. That's the one where you need to make sure, okay, I'm ready. I can do it. Bam, bam, 1, 2, 3. It's over. It looks good. Because when you botch that, it's like you're botching your finish. Now the finish is over. It's not going to look as strong. So, I would hope eventually we get down the line a legitimate Soul versus Charlotte, because I think Charlotte, she could do what Soul does. You roll your eyes all you want. She's that damn good. And you put her against Sol Roca, I think Soul's going to come out be that much better because she could do what they could kind of match one-on-one together. So really good contest and great for Soul. Happy for Soul, but I agree. Becky, I don't think Becky should fall off the face of the earth. And even though I don't mind seeing those two, and I don't mind what Becky has done so much for the Intercontinental Championship. Yeah. I'm okay with her being in that because it's like, like John Cena, he kind of went down to kind of make a title look better, and then he went. I'm not going to say like, oh, she needs to get away from it. I will say, though, I agree. She's so good. She should be in the title picture. And I don't care if she wins. She could be the champion and be great. She is such a great heel. She's so good at what she does. In the ring, on the mic, as the champion, put her as the world champion in any kind of scenario, it's going to work. So, love it.
I want to see Becky versus Stephanie Vaquer feud. To give me that. It's like, that'd be fantastic. So they could have some great matches.
I hate to be the negative Nancy all the time.
No, you don't.
I pulled up the official WWE Raw roster. Here's the women. It's Asuka. She's still on the page currently. She's not going to face Sol Ruca. Bailey, she's a babyface. Becky, we just saw it. Okay, let's scroll down. All right.
You got Judgment Day.
Hold on. Ivy Nile. Nobody cares.
Nobody cares about it.
Io Sky, babyface. Liv Morgan, she's champion. Lyra, she's babyface. Maxine, nobody wants to see that. Natty, nobody wants to see that. Roxanne Perez, that could work. Stephanie, she's a babyface. That's her list. That's your list.
Raquel Rodriguez.
You forgot about Raquel Rodriguez.
I'm on the official.
But she's a Raw roster.
She's on the Raw roster.
But she's not listed.
Well, you're probably missing her. It's like
no, I'm not missing her. I'm going for Roman Reigns, Rey Mysterio, Rayo Americano, Pete. Unless she's not listed on the WWE website for Raw. I promise y'all. I noticed that too.
She's on the Raw.
Scroll up.
Let me see.
Scroll down. You scroll to the right. I think you just
the free agents are Paige, Brie Bella, AJ Lee, Nikki Bella, and Danhausen. I'm gonna go to SmackDown because she's not listed on Raw. I promise you. I'm not joking. And then on SmackDown,
I believe you, but I'm just saying that Raquel. I think Raquel. I mean, but the thing is, if
She's not on
Raquel,
SmackDown either.
Raquel needs a title, man. I think she needs a title. She needs a title. Raquel is so good.
I just hope they don't waste Judgment Day on those stupid women's tag team championships because it's such a waste of everyone's time.
She needs to be champion, dude, and then she needs to go after Liv eventually. Even though I want to see Liv and Rhea one more time, I want to see the payoff. You know, they kind of always tease each other, you know, and so you know what's coming down the line eventually. They're wrestling soulmates, as one would say. You know they're eventually going to get back to each other, but Raquel needs to do the Kevin Nash thing, take out her Shawn Michaels, which
she's on the roster page. But yeah, for some reason Raquel is not under the.
I told you she's
she's
nowhere. She's not on SmackDown either, or free agent.
That's how big she is, dude. She's a badass. Like she don't need to be on anything.
Did her contract expire after the show?
Oh, I mean, no, she was the only one who didn't smile when they showed her on camera. She put her sunglasses on, kept looking away, like, damn. I wondered, like, damn, what's up with her? Anyway, let's get into the main event of the evening. Trial Combat, which I didn't think really have anything to play out. You know, I was like, kind of like, this is not the Bloodline Rules match. It didn't feel like that. So I don't know why. They could have just said street fight and it would have been fine. But the Trial Combat for the World Heavyweight Championship, Jacob Fatu taking on Roman Reigns. Justin, I'll start with you, my man. What did you think of this match?
Match started a little slow, but then it got really fucking good.
Yes.
Like, and plus the crowd stayed hot, so it's like it was still like locked in. Like they spent a lot of time on the outside there fighting into the crowd stuff. There was a funny spot there by the concession stand there. He hit him with like, it was like, I think like a thing full of ice, and then Roman started tossing snacks into the crowd. It was like, free food. Thought that was funny. But then this match really started to cook, and I knew Roman was gonna win. It's the same thing. It's like, so these, you know, you just put the title on some of these people coming on Mania, but you know, I was kind of hoping maybe Jacob just to shake things up, but it's like they're going with the more lazy, predictable route with him losing, and now he's got to acknowledge Roman and be subservient to the tribal chief kind of stuff. And the absolutely boring MFTs are apparently getting involved again. It's like, can't they? It's like, do we have to go through the Bloodline's greatest hits again? At least Roman is winning matches on his own and not having the Usos like cheat the fuck out of everything in order to keep the belt on him. It's like, but it kind of feels like it's like same stuff with different people. It's like I'm hoping something happens that kind of like takes things out of the predictability here. At least the match was entertaining. It's like I at least enjoyed the match. I'm just really questioning like where the direction is going with Roman winning again with Jacob, because Jacob got to look like $1 million and the crowd was definitely like into him. It's like, and like Roman had and Roman took advantage of the fact there was no DQ because like I loved how he did when he kicked out of the moonsault. He did a low blow on the kick out, which he could get away with because with Tribal Combat it's no DQ. And then he was like, he ripped off all the fucking turnbuckle pads in the corners and was like ramming him into it multiple times, and he still wouldn't go down. It was kind of like where, like, even though he lost, Roman had to put in a lot of work in order to put him down. So they're trying to make Jacob still look good, even though defeat. I also did love the psychology where Roman went after the hand, like when he was like destroying the hand with the toolbox. I also loved how Roman was like, it's like that could be you do that shit. I love one of the things I love about Roman matches is the trash talk, and there was some great trash talk for Roman in this match. Like I don't need any fucking help to beat you. It's like I was like, oh, this. I really enjoy when Roman does that kind of stuff. It's like, we'll be able to use that hand now, bitch. Oh man,
yeah, I love Roman's trash talk, and this match was, but to me, very slow.
Yeah, it did
slow. Very, very, just. I don't like it when matches start walking in the crowd and start, oh, here's a trash can. But I can't. I get lost. I get lost. I know the concession spot was funny and it was fine. But Tribal Combat, Bobby, I think said it, like no DQ. What are we doing? It's like, hey, I'm gonna tell my son we're gonna ride a roller coaster. We're gonna ride a roller coaster, man. And let's say he's really into roller coasters, but I take him to Elmo's World instead of Busch Gardens. And I can go, but he's like, hey, Dad, but on Wednesday nights, we watch real hardcore matches, like real Tribal Combat matches. What is this? What is this Looney Tunes stuff I'm watching, dude? dude, I stop WWE. If you're not gonna do it, if I'm not gonna see blood, if I'm not gonna see real violence, if I'm not gonna see, I'm not saying needles and thumbtacks and all that, but if I'm not seeing real aggression and there's people in the crowd laughing because of how like boring this is, it's not tribal combat, brother. It's just I don't know. I don't know what to call this. I really don't. And I'm not like the person that loves the bloody AEW matches, but at least they are what they say they are.
Right.
They're not going to do a lights out match and just have. I don't even know how to explain this tribal combat. I just don't know how to explain it. Nobody looked beat up.
It's basically it's like a no holds bar match. No DQ, no count out. That's it. It's like it's just with a fancy different name on it. Tribal.
Nobody looked beat up. Nobody looked winded. Nobody looked red. Nobody looked beat. Nobody looked like they went through a physical contest. Nobody.
Also,
did.
doesn't help that you can't get any blood, which would be nice. But it's like they want to keep it family friendly on ESPN. It's like for the most part, unless it's accidental hard way, which sometimes happens. But like the blood we got in the mass versus mass match between the El Grandes on AAA last night, that worked well into the match, and it's like doesn't help that blue juice, but it was a typical like plunder match, but it definitely had some good spots. It's like there's some nice near falls too, where the fans really thought like it's like so it's working when they buy into the near fall and like because they thought he had him. It's like but yeah, no, it's like it's just it's kind of like with Cody and Gunther, where I enjoy the match, but the finish leaves me going like okay, what's going to happen next here? That's what my concern is.
Yeah, Bobby's loving it. Bobby thought this was the best match of all time, brother. 5 stars.
Man, look, I said what I said about the tribal combat and I agree. Obviously, this should have just been bloodline rules because we saw how that turned out, and that was great. How Dave was overbooked. Mm-hmm. It mattered. You knew what it was. When you play that on 2K, hey, some random guy's gonna show up, and now you can pick the guys. But here, there was no like trial combat. I would think like, there's gonna be something Samoan stuff hanging around, or maybe this would be something. That's my biggest gripe on this match. It did start off slow, but this is why Roman Reigns is the MVP of the WWE. He really is QB1. It's not that doofus at the top of the card. It's not that guy who like you kind of go like, I know you're better than this, and this is what you're giving me. Like Roman Reigns, like John Cena said it years ago. I think he said it to Roman. I could do whatever part-time better than what you could do full-time. And that's what Roman is right now. Right. As a part-time, as the champion, he shows. I mean, look at the matches he had with CM Punk, the one he went with CM Punk and Seth Rollins, with Fatu at WrestleMania, and he puts a better one today. Even though you're like, what is this? Like, this should have been a little different. It was still a great match. It was hard-hitting. We talk about Brock Lesnar and Obi. I mean, that was kind of like this, but it was longer and better, and these guys showed what they could do. You got to highlight what Jacob Fatu can do, but Roman showed that, hey, even though I'm not what I once was, I'm still better than what I'm still better than half the freaking roster. I loved what this match did. I didn't think Jacob Fatu should not be the champion. I am not interested in Jacob as the champion right now. He has to because then you think about where does he go from here as the champion? What would he be as champion?
That's fair. Yeah, that's a fair point.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not at that point yet. But Roman as champion, you saw what you could do. I mean, you can have so many other different matches, but I'm going to tell you, I cannot wait to see what happens tomorrow night when Jacob Fatu has to acknowledge Roman Reigns. Does he actually fall in line? And if he does, God help the WWE roster, because Roman with the Usos behind him now, and then Fatu over here, and then at the end, you see the old enforcer there with MFT, and Roman goes, those MFers are next. Those guys. And I'm like, oh, shit. Oh, let's go. Let me tell you something. Justin, I get it. I get where you're coming from. However, my friend, listen. When the story ended and everybody's like, oh, it's beautiful. Oh, crying. Cody did it. The end of the bloodline and Roman Reigns. What has happened since? Everybody's saying, man, the WWE sucks, man. Oh, man, I can't. Paul Levesque and TKO. It's like Thanos in the Avengers Endgame when he's sitting there in a pile of rubble and Thor Captain America and Iron Man come up, and there he goes. What happened? Eventually, come back to me, and that's exactly what's happening here. Wrestling was wrestling could not be topped. Wrestling was great with the Bloodline was on top, and Roman was on top. The fans love Roman Reigns, but let's not be fooled. This is the tribal chief Roman Reigns. This is heel Roman Reigns. What you saw today was heel Roman Reigns, and WWE is at its best when Roman Reigns is at the top of his game, on the top of the food chain, and the champion. He's proved to be the MVP. He is QB1. He said that. QB1, F that noise. I'm QB1. You're damn right you are. And he showed it today. And let me tell you, I'm more intrigued by Roman Reigns, the Usos, and a subservient Jacob Fatu, that monster behind him. Possibly, will he turn? Will he not? Will he actually? Imagine Jacob Fatu as that dog you have on a leash, and you say, go get him, and he actually does it. God help you. And then when that dog turns around and bites your hand, that's when it's going to matter. And that's when Jacob's going to ascend to be what he should be eventually down the line. This is better than what you're going to get out of Cody Rhodes. What's next for Cody Rhodes? I don't care. I don't care.
You don't?
I don't care.
Oh, you don't?
Randy Orton? We saw that. Boring.
I already know. Listen, Bobby, the money match, the
Roman
biggest match they have one money match left. Because you can say Roman and Jacob Fatu are going to run this and run that and blah, blah, blah. Who's he going to run by? Run through LA Knight, run through Joe Hendry, run through Matt Cardona. Who cares? The money match is already in the chat by Crazy Dolphin, which was already teased. It's Cody and CM Punk. That's the next money match.
Yeah.
It is.
It is. Because
that's the next money match. That's the next biggest match
they
they have.
it. It's like when Punk comes back, they're going to start building toward it whenever he decides to come back.
Yes.
Who cares?
And it better not be on SmackDown.
Oh,
get Cody on Raw.
Come on. Like, we know what's going to happen. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, we're going to see CM Punk. He's the QB1, brother.
No.
Yes, he is, man.
No. He has probably like 5 dog prints on him now. He probably has a teardrop dog print on his eye. Like, come on. Like, what are we doing?
Dude, like, when Cody vanquishes Gunther,
Punk was having nothing but banger matches while he was champion, and his match with Roman was a fucking amazing.
With Roman, yes.
I'm telling you, man.
Look, I get it. I know Cody and Punk are going to be great. I know that. I know what you're saying, though. But my concern is when Raw the way it is right now, with the state of the baby faces.
Yeah,
if we're turning Roman heel, we only got a couple guys.
He's not going to be heel.
That's the point. But that's the point. First of all, you know where I feel. I think again he should be. He's not heel. He's the fans treat him like a babyface, even though he can still be heelish. Of course they do, because they don't have a legitimate babyface to cheer him. They're sick of Cody. They love Roman. They only cheer Cody with the music. That's it. After that, it's whoever his opponent is. With Roman, he's like, he tries to be the bad guy. He is, but they love him. So it's kind of like, what can we do? It's what it is. However, that's why you make Roman heel, because you go, man, but who are the good guys in Raw? Like, look what happened during Roman's run. How many guys he put Jey Uso on the pedestal. Jey Uso blew up after Roman finally went. Sami Zayn, you made you care. Those guys who were nothing, he made them legitimate guys. Where now you're like, I want to see Sami Zayn versus Cody Rhodes. Back in the day, he's like, I want to see Sami Zayn take Cody Rhodes. You know why you care about Sami Zayn? Roman Reigns.
We both did. We both wanted to see him versus as on the top. We were Sami Zayn fans. The best match Sami Zayn ever had was.
You know what I'm saying?
Best match Sami Zayn ever had on WWE television was against Nakamura. NXT. Go back and look. It was Justin. Am I wrong? That was one of the best matches of all time. Am I wrong?
He wasn't watching it. He didn't care.
He cared. He cared. Don't say Roman Reigns put Sami Zayn on the map, though, brother. Sami Zayn was great regardless.
For the national audience, he did. Nobody, come on. We loved him as the kind of gimmick on the line. Come on, look, Roman Reigns on the top of the food chain.
Okay, hold on. So you have some valid points, Bobby, and I like Roman being the champion right now because it adds a lot of intrigue. It's just that I just want something new instead of like it's like, okay, yeah, we'll see if the bloodline helps, with like the ratings of the ticket sales. That's the thing. It's like, it's just, I just want it. I don't mind having a bloodline thing again. Just don't have it be a complete repeat of what happened before. Let's have some intrigue. Let's have something different happen. So that's all I'm saying.
We did.
Let's have Jay.
It's not better. Sometimes different is not better.
Let's have Jay question Roman. We all think Jacob Fatu is going to be the leader. No, let's have Jay finally become the guy. And he run the bloodline. And Jacob is with him. And Jimmy's with him. And he's got... Because everyone's thinking about Jacob. Who's been the one the whole time? You need an apology from CM Punk. Like, he's always the one running his fucking mouth.
Jay's been kind of like... Has been the one that's pushing Roman to do a lot of shit lately.
Always running his mouth. Mm-hmm. He can convince Jacob, hey, man, we got this.
Well, he was the one who barked at Jacob at the end. He told Jacob, come on. He said, stop messing around. Stop looking at them over here.
We might see Jay as the top... We may see Jay as a top heel with the bloodline as the leader. We don't know. That's something new.
When Jay gets another solo run, he needs to be a heel. He
could be like the baby brother from the Godfather, right? Didn't the baby brother suck and he run it and he's terrible? They could do that. He's in over his head. He doesn't know what he's doing.
That's awesome. No, that's awesome. That's awesome.
It's all about the booking. That's what matters to me. It's like, we'll see what happens. I don't think this as much as like I was kind of like maybe hoping Jay win, but keeping the belt in Roman is the right move right now because of he's a draw and it's like there's no question about that. And it's just hopefully it's like even though he lost, he still kind of looks strong. So and the fans still like him. So it's all about the booking because sometimes the booking has been shit, especially on SmackDown. SmackDown is like. Just a chore to watch.
SmackDown's unwatchable, but you know what's not unwatchable? Us here, No Holds Barred Wrestling Channel. If you're new, I see a lot of y'all watching right now. Make sure you go to our channel, our brand new channel, powered by Finn's Talk Sports Network, the No Holds Barred Wrestling Channel, where you can find myself and Bobby. Go ahead and click that link, subscribe, tell your friends, tell everyone about us because we go live every Saturday, 5 p.m. Eastern. We go live Thursday every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Real Talk Wrestling. Myself, Clutch, and El Ginger Americano. And we're putting so many new content out there. You're gonna have me doing a Dynamite rundown. I'm gonna be forced to talk about Dynamite. I might do reenactions. I might do promos. I might do word. You might get me doing Speedball Mike Bailey promos. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing, but it's gonna be fun stuff over there every single Thursday afternoon. So check that out as well. Bobby, what else is going on the channel? Then we'll let Justin tell us where we can find him.
No, with No Holds Barred Wrestling Channel, just as what you said. I mean, we're going to have, again, we continue our WrestleMania Rewind series with WrestleMania 10 coming this Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time with me and Josh. We had our WrestleMania 9 yesterday, and of course, we did Clash of Italy today. I want to shout out the Rainy Day Podcast with 2 Raw for SmackDown. Great coverage today on his channel all through the day. They were live during the PL League reacting to everything. So shout out to him and Tony and the crew. With FTSN continuing coverage with, of course, the Miami Dolphins. We continue to monitor the Giannis Antetokounmpo trade. Does he go to the Miami Heat? We'll continue that with East 10th Street Boys with me and Alex. Working in the background with the draft that continues. Fantasy Now Plus on FTSN and FTSN Extra. And, of course, the Fantasy Now Plus channel on YouTube. And with No Holds Barred Wrestling Channel, again, continue to watch, subscribe to the channel. Let us know what you guys would love us to discuss. Again, we got WrestleMania Rewind. We got Dynamite. We possibly got Raw and SmackDown. There'll be other stuff. We got the Real Talk Wrestling Podcast on Thursdays. We've got No Holds Barred on Saturdays. And extra stuff that I'm working and cooking in the background because that's what I do, full-time. Like Josh. I'm sure like Justin, who does Ruckus Wrestling. We'll get into that. But full-time dad, full-time husband, full-time work, full-time everything, full-time FTSN, now full-time No Holds Barred Wrestling because I'm that excited about what we're cooking. Getting Justin here, I'm excited for that. I want to get Adrian on it as well. We got so much stuff cooking. We got so much, we're going to do the fantasy wrestling draft like we did a while back, me and Josh. But now we're going to have more. I want to get more people involved in that. Hey, Justin gets TNA. Adrian gets AEW. I get WCW. Josh gets ECW. Whatever. And we go, okay, all-time great rosters. Who's your number one pick, Josh? Josh goes, Hulk Hogan. What? He took Hogan. Look, I was going to find his doll. So all that.
The
time-
GOAT, baby.
Oh,
The
there
GOAT,
it is.
baby.
It
I'm
is
bringing her
gonna
home,
go.
baby. Number one pick. You don't think she's number one pick? Damn right she
man.
is.
You know, damn well they ain't getting no views. But we're gonna get so much stuff. You know, there's so many different things that we got going on. So appreciate everybody. Do me a favor. I dropped the link in there. Slowly but surely we'll get there. But subscribe to the channel, and we're gonna have a blast. But Justin, man, tell us what you and Josh got cooking on Ruckus Wrestling, my man.
Josh and I, we have our Ruckus Wrestling show every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, over on our YouTube channel, Ruckus Entertainment, where we talk wrestling. We cover WWE and AEW. We occasionally talk about some of the other stuff, like something cool is happening with like TNA or some of the other, Japan or something like that. But mainly it's WWE and AEW, and we'll be talking about Clash in Italy. We're on SmackDown, NXT, and Dynamite on Thursday. We're going to go over everything. And we're also going to talk about the King and Queen, the return, because they revealed the brackets on the post-show. I was reading it wrong earlier. I thought these were like 2-on-2 matches. No, they're doing 4 fatal 4-way matches in the first round, which is kind of nuts. And for some reason, Liv Morgan decided to put herself in the tournament for some stupid reason. That it's just like, I want it all. Okay, whatever. But some of these kind of 4-way matches are kind of nuts. So we'll be talking about that because they're going to start the matches this week on both Raw and SmackDown. The winners of the King and Queen get title shots at the Men or Women's Champion from their brand at SummerSlam. So this is going to set up some title matches at SummerSlam. So we'll see what happens, and we'll be talking about it.
Right on. Got some people asking to drop your link in the chat. Oh,
Yeah,
look at
thank
that.
you.
I just dropped the link for Ruckus
Thank you,
Entertainment.
appreciate it.
Yeah, I just dropped it. I just dropped it in there. I want to say,
Appreciate it.
of course, guys, just for Ruckus, Josh Mabry, Justin Toner. Look, I'm gonna tell you, they know their stuff, and things that they talk about everything and anything. Josh, I work with him, so I deal with he's with his actual day job. He's awesome with his knowledge, but when it comes to this, I mean, he could talk about everything and anything. It's ridiculous. You say one thing, he's talking about NASCAR. He's talking about it. So if you guys love everything and anything, you love wrestling, go check out Ruckus Entertainment. Go check out Ruckus Wrestling Podcast with Justin and Josh.
Mm-hmm.
Justin does a great job with his recaps, everything. I mean, he does point by point. So make sure you subscribe to that channel. Thank you, Crazy Dolphin.
Thank you.
Support Justin and the crew there. They're on Thursday nights late, and they go on. They're really good with their stuff. So check them out. But appreciate everybody watching. 100%. Appreciate everybody. Thank you, sir. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure you hit elbow drop that like and subscribe button to, of course, the Odds Ball Wrestling channel, Ruckus Wrestling there. The link is there. And, of course, TSN, the Finstock Sports Network. Like, subscribe.
Must Mercedes dance.
Have a good night. Peace.